Yo, you know what it is? DJ Scream, Mr. HoodRich, mixtape champion, radio killer, and right now you're in tune to fansite.tv.com. Salute, salute. Basically, man, just coming up, like watching other DJs like around my way. In my neighborhood where I came up, everybody was rapping and like just doing other things, and I just it kind of hit me at a young age that I'm not gonna be a rapper. I'm not really cut out to be a rapper. So while looking at like Yo MTV Raps and movies like Juice and stuff like that, like I just got inspired and went to a pawn shop and copped some turntables and went from there. The first DJ that taught me anything about DJing, he was a dude from Brooklyn, New York. His name was DJ Nino. That was the local guy that came and I said, hey, you got to teach me how to DJ. I spent all my money on these turntables. You know what I'm saying? So he literally brought me to his house and he gave me like a 5-minute tutorial. Like, do this, do this, do this, do this. He just scratching, doing all this crazy stuff. And that's how you DJ. Okay, bye. And I'm like, man, that's not enough. Like, you got to walk me through it. He's like, nah, you going to create your own style. Just go to your bedroom, lock your door, and just create. Play with music, and that's what I did. You know what I mean? So big shout out to DJ Nino. I don't mention him often, but that was the first person to actually teach me how to use some turntables. Every Monday at 9 o'clock, where you can hear me on 107.9. And now Monday and Thursdays, they doubled up my time. So Mondays at 9 o'clock, Thursdays at 9 o'clock, you can hear me. My business partner, Marcus Rippey, he was doing high school parties, and they were big high school parties at the Atrium in Atlanta. Basically like 2,000 kids and everything. So when I first got out of school, he was like, I want to use you since you're here now to do all these high school parties. And then I had the likes of little kids running up to me at the time. I didn't know who they were, like Lil Scrappy and Crime Mob and Trillville and all these people who became like big artists, you know what I'm saying? Like this is where they all got their start and their break. We sat down like after he saw what I was doing with DJing and the mixtapes and everything, and we literally formed the company, HoodRich. I'm going to be very, very honest. I appreciate all my tour opportunities, but the Montel Jordan opportunity was definitely like the most comfortable one because, you know, going into a club with Crime Mob or D4L or any rap act, you don't really know what to expect. Like, it can go good, it can go this way. Montel Jordan at the time was at a different point in his career, and I was like, okay, cool, this should be light. And we literally went to 30 cities. And out of those 30 cities and 30 nights for the beginning of the tour, 28 of them were sold out with women, like all women. So I can't complain about that. It's like it's all women. There are no fights. There are no problems. It's just women. It's a little different for me, or it was a little different for me, you know, doing R&B. But it was a very comfortable situation. And shouts to Montel, man. He taught me a lot about the industry. That was my first step in the industry coming out of school. In 2008 and 2009 and 2010, I think I pulled off close to 100 mixtapes each year, and that was just basically like just making it exercise. Like somebody might hit the gym every day, I'll wake up and start working on the mixtape and just keep working on it until it's done. And I have a passion for it. Like I've been doing mixtapes since they were mixtapes, you feel me? Like since I was like on the turntables, like in middle school, you know what I mean, making mixtapes, and I couldn't wait to finish this mixtape and take it to school and just pass them out. It wasn't even about selling it then.
What's the top 3 things an artist can do to break a record?
I'll say be seen, and then make sure that you're pushing a record that the people actually want, because a lot of people put a lot of money and time into records that people just don't want to hear. So I always tell artists, like, be grateful when people give you constructive criticism. Don't take it offensive. Like, if the people don't like the record, then you're not gonna break the record. Like, record labels know this. They put millions into records sometimes that don't do anything. If it was that easy, everybody's record would get cracked open. So I'll say, man, just know that you got a good product, and after you know that you got a good product, definitely go out there, do shows, be seen, and just stay focused. Run up the DJs at the peak time of the party and annoy them. Like, that's the worst thing. Like, everybody wants to come to the club at 12:30 while your dance floor is packed, and they want you to play their new record. And that's just not realistic because, you know, as a DJ, when we're in the clubs, we're employed. Like, we're employed by the club owners or the promoters. So it's like, if we play too many of these new records and it clears the dance floor and they leave the club, we lose our job. So that's what a lot of artists don't understand, man. Like, take the approach of coming early, putting the DJ, giving the music to the DJ, letting them hear it. Take like a an aggressive but passive approach, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the key. Like, the DJ has to play your music for it to be heard, but just make sure you don't annoy the DJ. That's where a lot of like artists go wrong. And the DJs talk. Like, sometimes I'll be with a group of DJs and we'll see an artist and be like, oh, okay, he's cool, yeah, he's working, you know, we're gonna try to help him out. Then we see some artists, oh god, there goes this guy, he's gonna try to bug us about his music, you know what I mean? So just, you know, keep it cool. My formula has always been like my strong point of my mixtapes has always been like the sequencing, you know what I'm saying? What drew me to hip hop, like my first albums being like the Boys in the Hood soundtrack, NWA, the album Negroes for Life, I don't know if I can curse, you know, like Nas Illmatic, Southern Playalistic, and all this stuff. To me, it was like I always like to put on my Walkman and hear this like audio movie. So I like my albums or projects to go from like, you know, have a climax and everything from beginning to end. So everybody always says like, man, your stuff just rides, it's just smooth, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I focus on. That's the longest process of making my mixtapes. I sit there and I play with the songs like a puzzle, and I make sure that I get this sequence just like perfect into my liking, you know what I mean? DJ Scream album, definitely we're working on it now. We've got a lot of producers on board. We're getting a lot of hooks together, and we're just making it a slow and organic process so that it'll be right. Just yesterday, we got the word that I'll be doing Soulja Boy's new mixtape, which is a soundtrack for a movie he's doing, Juice. The Joker, shouts to him, me, DJ Spins, Pretty Boy Tank, we're doing the Joker's new mixtape entitled Numbers Don't Lie. Me and the homie Rocco, he's got the big Billboard record, Going Steady going on right now. We're going to drop the Gift of Gab probably early summer. And 3-6 Mafia actually just getting agreed. Yeah, you from Memphis? Wow, great. I was just in Memphis. I love Memphis. I just agreed to do like all of their projects. So I'll be doing another project with Project Pat, DJ Paul, and Juicy J as they get their solo thing on. At DJ Scream on the Twitter, www.djscreamtv.com. That should take care of it all, man. Just visit the Twitter page. You can get info on how to book me, bring me to your city, get your mixtape hosted, etc., etc. I appreciate the support, and big salute to fansite.tv.com again for having me.